going on, Internet? I'm Eric. Another edition of Are You Mad Yet? The newest discussion is whether or not to arm school personnel or to hire armed personnel to protect our kids at school. And the last I checked, the United States is not a war-torn country. And yet, we're at a point in our society where we're having to discuss whether or not we have to protect our kids at school as if we were in a war-torn country. And not just from adults who would come into a school and shoot our kids, but from other kids. Case in point, Columbine. That was kids killing other kids. That wasn't adults. That was kids killing other kids. How have we gotten to this point where we have to have this kind of discussion to even contemplate having armed personnel at our schools to protect children from other children? What are those children being taught at home? What are they not being taught at home? 24 hours after this last shooting in Florida, there were kids on social media threatening to shoot up their schools and copycats. In one of those instances, when the child was asked why they did what they did, he said it was a joke. Your child thought it would be funny to go on social media 24 hours after a mass school shooting and threaten to shoot children and staff at his school as a joke. How do you as a parent rectify your child doing that? How is this not about parenting? How is this not about what we teach our kids? How is this not about who we let teach our kids and what we let other people teach our kids? Understanding right and wrong starts at home. Starts with the parents. It's their responsibility to teach their kids that something like that is not something funny. It's parents' responsibility to teach their kids the value of human life. It's parents' responsibility to teach their kids compassion and right from wrong and conflict resolution skills. Not teachers. Parents. Too many parents are passing their kids off on video games and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TV in general. And that's not to say that, violence on TV or violence on social media and in the news and video games and whatever has an overall effect on every kid. Plenty of kids watch violence on YouTube, violence on TV, violence in movies, violence in video games. And when they walk away from it, it ends there. Because they understand, they have the mental capacity to understand the difference between fantasy and reality. But there are some who can't draw that line. And violent video games and violence on TV and violence on the internet does have that influence on them. It's there. But this all falls out onto the parent, on the home life, on what they're being taught by their parents and what they're not being taught by their parents. It isn't a teacher's job to teach your kid right from wrong. It isn't a teacher's job to teach you that shooting another kid in the face is not how you solve problems. That's your job. How have we allowed our country to get to the point where we have to defend our schools like we're some war-torn country? Where have we failed as a society that we have to even remotely contemplate having that kind of discussion? Do we really think that this is what the founding fathers of this country really had in mind for the future of the country that they were establishing? How do we rectify that we have allowed our society to crumble to this point? Think about that. With that said, I'm Eric. This has been another edition of Are You Mad Yet? If you're watching this on Facebook, click like, comment, share, discuss. If you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button, click like or dislike. Feel free to comment. It's about the discussion, people. We have to talk. And we have to talk with people that we don't normally agree with. Because just because we don't always agree with somebody, that doesn't mean that their ideas are bad. If we only talk to people that we agree with, we're not going to get anywhere. That's not how this works. That doesn't create unity. And we are as divided as we can be at this point, short of civil war. So again, if you're watching this on Facebook, comment, like, share it. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, comment, join the discussion. And remember, I can explain it to you, but I can't make you understand it.